If you're the backbone, no one ever carries you, and that's what's killing you. Everyone leans on you. At work, you're the one who solves problems no one else can handle. At home, you're the one who keeps everything stable. In friendships, you're the one people call when they need something. You're the backbone, the foundation, the one everyone depends on. And you've been doing this so long that you forgot what it feels like to lean on anyone else. You forgot what it feels like to not be carrying weight. You forgot what it feels like to need support and actually receive it. Because here's the cruel truth about being the backbone. No one thinks to carry you. Not because they don't care, but because you've been so strong for so long that they can't imagine you need anything. This channel is for the man who stayed strong when no one noticed, the man who carried responsibility quietly and slowly disappeared. Here, strength is questioned, silence is exposed, and the cost of being the strong one is finally spoken out loud. Let me show you what it actually costs to be the backbone, why no one carries you when you are, and what happens when the foundation finally cracks. Being the backbone means your needs become invisible. Every time someone asked if you needed help and you said no. Every time someone asked how you were doing and you said fine. Every time you handled everything alone instead of asking for support, you trained them that you don't need anything. So when you're exhausted, no one notices because you still show up. When you're overwhelmed, no one asks because you still deliver. When you're barely holding on, no one checks in because you look like you're handling it. And you are handling it. But handling it and being okay are not the same thing. You're functioning while falling apart. You're delivering while depleting. You're holding everyone else up while crumbling from the inside. But because you're still standing, no one sees the cost.
Being the backbone means you carry everyone's weight, but your own feels irrelevant. People bring their problems to you, their stress, their fears, their struggles, and you absorb it. You help them process it, solve it, manage it. But when you have problems, when you're stressed, when you're struggling, who do you bring it to? No one, because you've been the one receiving everyone else's weight for so long that you forgot you're allowed to put yours down somewhere. So you carry your weight and everyone else's. And the longer you do it, the heavier it gets, until carrying weight is all you know how to do. Being the backbone means your exhaustion is treated as temporary, not systemic. When you finally admit you're tired, people say, take a break, rest up, you'll feel better, as if exhaustion is just a short-term condition that sleep will fix. But your exhaustion isn't from lack of sleep. It's from years of carrying weight that was never supposed to be carried alone. It's from functioning as the foundation for so many lives that you forgot you need a foundation too. And a weekend off doesn't fix that. Because the moment you come back, the weight is still there. The expectations are still there. The role is still there. And you pick it back up because you don't know how to not be the backbone anymore. Being the backbone means people panic when you're not strong. The one time you break down, the one time you admit you can't do it anymore, the one time you show that you're human and struggling, people don't respond with support. They respond with fear. Because if you're not strong, what happens to them? If you're not holding everything together, who will? So instead of helping you, they try to fix you, fast. They need you back to being strong because your strength is their stability. And that pressure to return to function makes you swallow your struggle and go back to performing strength you don't feel. The message is clear. Your struggle is inconvenient.
Your humanity is disruptive. Your needs are secondary to everyone else's comfort. So you go back to being the backbone, and you learn that breaking down isn't safe because no one can handle your humanity. Here's what being the backbone actually costs. First, invisibility. You're seen for what you do, not who you are. People don't ask what you need because they can't imagine you needing anything. Second, utility. You're valued for function, not presence. People don't love you, they love what you do for them. And when you stop performing, they don't stay. They just find someone else to lean on. Third, expendability. You thought you were building relationships, but you were providing a service. And the moment the service stops, so does the connection. You weren't loved, you were needed. And need is not the same as love. Being the backbone means burnout isn't recognized until you collapse. No one sees you getting tired, the shorter temper, the numbing out, the exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix, the growing resentment, the disconnection. They don't see it because you're still functioning. So burnout builds quietly, and by the time anyone notices, you're already past the point of simple recovery. You are not tired, you're depleted. You are not stressed, you're destroyed. You are not needing a break, you're needing to stop being the backbone entirely. But stopping feels impossible because everyone depends on you. And letting them down feels worse than continuing to destroy yourself. So you keep going, and the burnout deepens. And one day you wake up and realize you don't recognize yourself anymore. You're just a function, a role, a thing people use. And the person you were before you became the backbone is gone. So what do you do when you realize being the backbone is killing you? First, you stop calling it strength and start calling it what it is: self-abandonment. You've been so focused on holding everyone else up that you forgot you need support too. And that's not noble. That's destructive. Second, you start saying no. Not to everything, but to things that aren't yours to carry. You've been picking up everyone else's weight for so long that you've forgotten some of it isn't your responsibility. Third, you admit you need help. Not eventually, now. You tell the people who depend on you that you're struggling. And yes, some will panic. Some will try to fix you fast. Some will be uncomfortable with your humanity. But some will step up. And those are your people. Fourth, you accept that some relationships will end when you stop being the backbone. Because some people were only there for what you provided, not who you are. And losing those relationships isn't loss. It's clarity. Fifth, you rebuild your identity beyond being the one everyone leans on. Because you're not just a backbone. You're a person. With needs, limits, struggles, humanity. And reclaiming that humanity means letting people see you as more than function. The hero's journey isn't about becoming so strong you never need anyone. It's about having the courage to admit when you do. It's about understanding that being the backbone doesn't mean carrying everything alone. It means being part of a structure where everyone supports each other. And if you're in a structure where you're the only one holding everything up, you're not in a structure. You're in a collapse waiting to happen. When you're the backbone, no one carries you. Not because you're not worth carrying, but because you taught them you don't need it. And now you have to unteach them. You have to show them that the backbone is human, that the foundation has limits, that the strong one needs support too. And some people won't be able to handle that. But the ones who can, the ones who step up when you finally admit you're struggling, those are the people worth keeping. You weren't meant to hold everything alone. You were meant to be part of